Hey guys, welcome back to our unnamed show here on the open road.
Here we go with this again.
Hey, you just calm down over there. No comments from the peanut gallery just yet. So this week, based on my experience out on the road this week, there's just been some people out there that just don't give a dang about us truck drivers anymore. So I figured a good place to start would be the lack of common courtesy out here on the road. So let's go ahead and roll this intro, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. So today, well, again, we have our co-host here, Albert, and we have two guests. Welcome back, Daryl, and we have another driver, Sam. What's your last name?
Rudder.
Rudder. So I don't know you. We all know. Well, most of us will know Daryl. That's not a bash or anything. Just he's been here as long as Albert and I. But how long have you been here?
4 years.
How long have you been driving?
22.
22. So did you always start here in Arkansas, or did you come from somewhere else?
I've always been in Arkansas.
So, ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
Awesome.
Every time they tell me to sign my paperwork, I'm like, I don't know how to read and write.
Actually, you joke, but I don't know if you've been mostly over the road. Okay.
Well,
so
half that and half in the oil field.
okay. So let me see. It was about 16 years ago when I was driving the transport for Yarno Ice Cream. I would go down to Jackson, Mississippi to deliver to one of their facilities. They had a billboard that said, "We ought to be ashamed. Our children can't read MISSISSIPPI." Did you ever see that billboard?
I think I remember it.
Holy crap. I was like, really? You're just going to throw your whole state under the bus? So, but yeah, I'm sure none of us are strangers to the fact that just not a whole lot of common courtesy for drivers or otherwise out here on the road anymore. The industry has definitely changed quite a bit just over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
In general. I mean, but it seems like it's been on a slow, steady decline. Now, Albert, you just recently came off the road, probably because you got tired of people cutting him off. He's just done with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, my voice is correct. Yeah, pretty much. But you might want to put that out. It's been longer than 5 years. I'm going to say 10, 15 years. The progression has been going down.
I think I noticed the biggest difference in the major shift of people just not giving a damn about truck drivers back in 2020 when we had the whole COVID shutdown fiasco. In fact, I did a live stream. I don't remember if it was on Facebook or on my personal YouTube channel. I don't remember which, but I was stating that I wanted to go back to when no one cared about drivers, because during that time, truckers were like the only ones still out there on the road making sure that everyone gets their damn toilet paper, because apparently that's a symptom that the CDC forgot to mention is explosive diarrhea.
You forgot the bread.
Oh, that's with everything. Bread and water, bread and water.
If you run out of toilet paper, you can always use bread. I mean, it's absorbent.
I guess they expected us to go back and use leaves from our backyard. I don't know. But I remember you couldn't go into any shippers. You didn't be on the dock with anyone because, COVID. We got to make sure that we're not spreading the virus, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, you stand out in the rain trying to call.
Oh, yeah, and then no one likes to answer their phones. I mean, it's like everyone tried to, because of the fact that the truckers were still rolling, everyone wanted to like, make everything a constant driver appreciation event. Oh, thank the drivers. They're still out there working while the rest of us are like cleaning off the shelves at Walmart. Our truckers are, that's great. Everyone wants to thank a truck driver, but out of almost all the shippers we went to, I don't know how everyone else operates. I try to stop as infrequently as possible. If I get my load, I'm just going to go until I'm at hours and find a place to park and then go and deliver. If I can park at the facility, I park at the facility.
Yeah.
It's just makes things easier. Yeah, it's hard to be late if you're always early. But I get to the point where, places that we used to go to hundreds and hundreds of times, we were no longer allowed inside. Couldn't use the restroom, brush our teeth or whatever else, or wherever we're at. And some of them didn't even have porta potties. Places like Coca-Cola was one that stuck out down in, I don't remember where, it was down in Alabama, near Mobile, I think. The facility at the north side of town. They had no facilities. They would stop unloading you if you left the facility, and they would make you reschedule your load. So you had to sit there and wait for your load. You couldn't come inside. You had no contact with nobody. You put your paperwork in the back. You backed in the door. You stay there until they call you. No porta potties, so nothing. I was there for like 6 hours. I'm like, really? I can't leave to go get something to eat? No, if you leave, you have to take the trailer and we'll have to reschedule your delivery. And it was like that in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So it was just ridiculous. And so,
To be honest with you, a lot of them never really got away from that. You still put your paperwork in the back in some places.
well, yeah, well, some places are just more efficient about it. I mean, a lot of those places are paper. You bump the dock, and they're usually gone 15, 20 minutes. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, there's still a lot of places that just haven't really got back to full on open. And so, but shippers and receivers aside, I mean, the four-wheelers, those you don't know what four-wheelers are, we're talking about you pick 'em up trucks and Honda Accords and whatnot. Insert model here.
Don't forget the Prius.
Oh, well,
Or those damn
and so,
Teslas.
now, for the longest
You
time,
got to watch them
it's-
Teslas now.
for the longest time, it's always been the damn four-wheelers that would cut you off or do stupid stuff. But here of late, in the last 5, 10 years, something like that, it's been increasingly more popular for other trucks to do the exact same thing.
Well, here's the catch with that.
You would think you should know better.
Here's the catch with that. You're getting people into the industry because truck driving makes good money, but you have a sacrifice. So you get these people that really don't belong in the truck that have a mentality of a four-wheeler. So their thing is, oh, let's go as fast as we can down the road and let's cut other drivers off. There goes your common courtesy that you were talking about. Out the door.
So,
What's your opinion, Sam?
I think a lot of them can't speak English.
Well, that's
no
beside the
hablas
point.
español?
No habla.
No hablo español?
Oh no, it's Russians, Asians.
I don't know if it's a stereotype or not, but I can spot a European.
White Volvo.
No. They love Adidas. If
Yes,
you see someone
and the-
all decked out in Adidas,
And
especially
the foot up on the dash.
oh that, and they always have those damn Adidas flippers. I'm like, yeah.
You know, how can you drive with your foot on the dash in a big rig? I mean, I just,
Oh, you can do it until you crash.
exactly.
Have you seen that video of that person who was in a collision? There's passenger has feet on the dash and his legs went like behind him because the airbag. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
our
it looked
trucks
a
have
little
airbags?
painful.
We don't have airbags.
No, we don't.
Do, do any of the trucks?
No, my
Volvo-
airbag
Volvo
is
does.
outside. Oh, wait a minute.
Believe
Yeah,
it or not,
I'm
the
gonna tell
Volvo has an
Sarah.
airbag.
So the Volvos have airbags.
Yes.
Well, Volvo's another one of those big cab over companies in the EU too. So that's probably one of those things. There's a lot of Volvos over there. Of course, Freightliner's got a lot of stuff over there. The I can't remember the name of the model, but yeah, they still have a cab over there.
Do they really?
Yeah, then pretty much all the EU runs cab overs because there's not a lot of long haul. You're going to the next country, okay? So you're like driving over state line over there, basically. So their rigs are ride rough, but but which one of your biggest pet peeves about four wheelers out there on the road? Not just the whole cutting off. That's just a given. There's one act that they do that just want to strangle somebody.
Get in front of you and slam on their brakes.
Oh, well, brake checking aside, I'm sure all of us had experienced this at one time or another. You're going down the highway, you get your crew set, minding your own business. Here comes a car racing down the on-ramp, already in front of you. Not on the highway yet, but he's already in front of you, he or she. They're already going faster than you. They get almost all the way over. Oh, crap, there's a truck.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying.
So now I gotta they weren't brake checking, but they're just like, oh my God, there's a truck. Yeah, there's lots of us out here, dude. There's cars and everything else, but you were already ahead of the game, and you're like, oh, I can't do it.
So when you were out here, what was your deal?
just being cut off. That's just that. I mean, that's the pet peeve for everybody is being cut off, especially construction zones. All these four-wheelers just want to just get in front of you because
You're
that's
gonna go
70
slow.
feet. That's 70 feet more. They can get ahead of you.
Yeah.
Man, let me see. It was a couple of weeks ago. I told you a little bit about this. I was coming down 57 near, was it Charleston? No. What was it? Illinois? Where 72 and everything else intersects? Anyways, not important. So, doing what...
Champagne?
Yeah, that's it. Doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Got my crew set, 65. Everyone's like, ooh. We won't talk about those who want to complain about that.
Wait, 65 isn't that area under construction?
No. Oh, through there, yes. But south of there, before you get to... Does it matter? Shut up. So, got the crew set at 65. Yeah, our trucks will do faster than that. They'll do 68. But on my truck in particular, there's a setting. If you touch the accelerator, it just bumps you back down, resets the cruise control to 65. So I'm like, screw it. I'm in the right lane, doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not going to drive 75, 85 miles an hour. Get your butt in the right lane. Here comes Night Logistics. You know, the cousin to Swift. I heard that Swift bought them out, but then I recently heard that Knight actually bought Swift out, so I don't know which is true. But anyways, so if you've ever experienced a Swift truck or a Knight's transport, you know they don't go very fast. No. The dude's passed me probably at 65.5 miles an hour, taking his time. I'm like, I'm in the right lane. Every other time before that, when I've seen this, had the radio on, people were cussing him. God dang it, Swift, why don't you get out of the way? You shouldn't be trying to pass trucks. You know you can't do more than 63 miles an hour. You shouldn't be trying to pass nobody. You got all the truckers behind him, holding him up, cussing dude out. Well, this dude finally got in front of me and came over, damn near tried to take the hood off. I had to swerve and get on the brakes to keep him from taking off my my pretty bull bar that I haven't tested out yet. We have a driver who's tested out 3 times now. We won't talk about him.
I've tested it out from the side.
Okay.
Budweiser in St. Louis.
So, yeah. So, dude gets in front of me, and I'm like, I get on the radio. I don't know why I bothered, because it's basically a Swift driver. You know they ain't got a radio. You dumbass, da-da-da-da-da. What the hell's your problem? Why don't you learn to pass someone in a timely fashion? And if you're going to come over, make sure you're clear and not try to hit someone else's truck or a four-wheeler for that matter. You think that everyone would have been on your side because you was doing what you're supposed to do. You weren't trying to overtake anybody at half a mile an hour faster than the person you're trying to overtake. No, I had like 10 truckers behind me cussing me out because I didn't want to slam on brake to let his dumb ass over. I'm like, dude, I don't know why y'all yelling at me. I was in the slow lane. I wasn't fluctuating. There's no hills, no mountains. I wasn't slowing down, speeding up. His dumb ass can't pass anybody. What happened to the good old days when, you know, a driver or anybody just can't pass somebody? They get their ass chewed for it. But
Yeah.
instead, I'm like, okay, come meet me at the Loves. You don't want me to stop. Asked the dude 3-4 times. Come on, let's go. I got places to be. Mm-hmm. I talk smack like that on the radio all the time because
CB Rambo, huh?
out of all the times I've heard other people talking smack, I ain't ever seen anybody stop.
You know, CB Rambo's a thing of the past, right? Just saying.
They're still out there.
I've seen one stop, and the dude would not stop to challenge him. I-75 between Dalton and Atlanta. Big blue Kenworth bull hauler. Had enough. He pulled over. Yeah.
You didn't want to come out and.
No, the
I
other guy
just haven't
talking
seen
smack
anyone
just
stop.
wouldn't stop.
It's crazy. So how long you been here?
4 years.
4 years. Man, there's a bunch of these people out there been here for over a year. I'm like, who the hell are you? Sorry, no offense.
I'm always off the yard.
There's another guy that's
When
always
I
in
see
here.
you, you're always on the yard. What are you talking about?
Damn.
Dude, that's whenever we're getting ready to come in for the weekend or leave out. Most time I don't see the yard at all.
I don't think you have a whole lot of room to talk there, Daryl. I mean, before you got closer to this, are you still in Cave City?
I've been up to Cave City every once in a while, but Yeah, I'm over here in Velvet Ridge, so yeah, I've been going
Okay, so
home.
so you're still a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So how
long
you
have
would,
you-
you would
Hey,
go
hey,
you would go
hey,
home
hey,
like every
not-
other weekend and
Not
like
trying to go somewhere, but someone made a point. When I was staying over the summer, when I was staying on the yard, well, actually, go from last month past for the last 2 years, I pretty much lived on the yard every other weekend, if not every weekend. You'd find me in the shop. Okay.
oh yeah.
All right. Not neither here nor there, but my idle time sucked when I was on the yard.
Well, you shouldn't be idling. You should be maximizing the performance of the
Oh hell, here we go again.
Anyways, yeah.
That wasn't my point. But my point was what Albert showed me is I go through the week, low idle, everything's fine, great and dandy. I'd be up there in the top 5. As soon as the weekend hit, oh heck with that shit. I better get ready to go to number 15 or something because I ain't getting shit this week.
Man, do you have any interesting stories about, these, whether it's shippers or drivers, truck drivers, just being
Yeah,
dingleberries?
we trying to cut this episode short today, aren't we? We don't have 2 hours.
It's all right. It's only been 16 minutes.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
Has it really?
Yes.
Oh, well, I got plenty of stories. I mean,
Well, come on, let's share. Let's hear about it. Inquiring minds want to know.
all right. As far as driver courtesy, or is just a different story?
Sure.
Professionalism.
Professional story.
Oh yeah, look at him pretending like I got so many to choose from. There's got to be a particular incident that sticks out in your mind.
There is, and it's coming across 412 in Oklahoma, from 35 over into Tulsa.
All right.
And I'm sitting there just driving, minding my own business. Here comes a 4-wheeler, come up right beside me. So basically, from a 35 all the way to Tulsa, there she is giving me a show. Someone comes up behind her, so she would have, got out of the way, slow back down, and get right back there the whole way.
I'm trying to figure out, are you complaining?
No, yes. You said a story that sticks out, and it was sticking out.
Well, are you just trying to prove that there is still driver courtesy out there?
Yes.
No, because everybody that goes by is like this now.
Okay, so I think a lot of us at one point or another, we've all been guilty of utilizing or looking at our phone and everything else. But the difference between everybody else and
The owners listen. I've never done
Never,
that.
not one time.
they're not dumb. They're not dumb. We've all looked at our quick text message or whatever else, But I think there's obviously
What's she talking about?
there's a.
Yeah, I'm innocent.
Oh, you're in it. Yeah, our guests are totally innocent.
100%
The
professional.
more the professional texter.
Maybe you.
No. I see. I have that fancy hands-free headset that I can say, "Hey Google," and it'll text it for me. Use it. You have an Android?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I ain't lying.
How do you think I voiced him the other day? I'm like, hey, message Albert. And I verbally sent him a message without touching my phone. So thank you.
Safety. You getting all this?
Yep.
And what about you?
A story that sticks out?
Yeah. What's the interesting? Whether it's a free show story or.
Oh, I got too many of those. 2002, I was going out west. Just got outside of just west of Albuquerque, going up that big
Okay.
hill.
Yeah. Before you get to
Kingman?
Yeah,
The
it's
casino.
the one where you can still see Albuquerque.
Route 66.
And as I was going up that hill, my truck broke down.
It's a hell of a place.
Yeah, at least I had a pretty view.
Right.
But I had probably 7 or 8 truck drivers get on the CB. Hey, you all right? You got food? You got air conditioning? You got water?
Right.
I had 3 that
What
stopped.
time of year?
and-
What time of year was it?
I
Wait,
don't
was it like?
remember.
I mean, you mentioned food and water and everything else. I'm wondering, was it like in the middle of winter, dead of summer? Because
I don't even remember it. It was probably fall or
right.
into summer or something like that. But, I had 3 that actually stopped and got out of their truck carrying a toolbox.
Oh, right on.
And well, what's wrong? What can we? You never see that anymore.
Heck no.
No, those days went away when we started hearing stories about people stopping for stranded motorists and then they're getting robbed or shot.
Yeah.
That's when those days stopped.
Right.
And it's, I don't hear too much of that stuff no more, but they don't stop. They still don't stop. So if you're stranded on the road, don't wave a trucker down. They ain't gonna stop.
Another thing I miss is go to a truck stop and you're shutting down for the weekend. There's nothing for everybody to start talking, and finally somebody say, well, let's go to Walmart and get a grill and hot dogs, hamburgers, and then throw barbecue on the back row.
Yeah.
And then somebody will pull out a guitar. And,
Back row parties were awesome back in the day.
yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest one was there in Ontario, California, at what used to be the 76 is now the TA. They used to get in the back
Which
deal
one?
over there.
The one on the left or the one on
The
the
one
right?
by the
The one
hotel.
on the right.
The one by the
right.
hotel.
They used to get in that back row back there and bust out all the grills. And not only that, have them actually be making steak as they were coming into the truck stop. Already making it. Now ask me how that happens.
They went to Walmart and got charcoal.
No, they wrapped it in foil and put it on their
Oh,
engine.
yeah. That's old school trucking right there. Yeah. Back when.
I've heated a meal or two on the engine.
Chris was
Hold
like,
on,
I
on
knew
the-
at this high midnight, never done that.
I didn't have to.
And I miss wing vents. Because you could take your drink and set it on top of that air breather in between your mirrors. When it was wintertime,
Right.
10 minutes, your drink is ice cold.
Well, before I had a fridge, it was handy to drive around the winter because I would take my Walmart bag or whatever and just roll down the window, tie it to my mirror, and keep my food cold.
Alrighty then.
You ain't never done that?
No.
Yeah, I mean, how else are you going to keep your fresh produce stuff cold or whatever that needs to be refrigerated if you don't have a refrigerator? Because, in fact, I did it on your route that you wanted back. Going up to Port Murray, there's that Dollar Tree right before you get to the facility. I'd pull in there and I'd grab whatever groceries I wanted. And then at night, I would just hang it out on my window or my mirror. So
Okay,
that
while you're parked.
not while I'm going down the road. Holy
I was
crap.
gonna say.
Oh, you hang your laundry out when you're going down
Yeah,
the road.
so it dries.
I've actually seen people do that going while they're driving down the road.
Yeah.
Having that bag hanging out and keeping cool.
I've done that. I double bagged it when if I had drinks that I didn't have room in my cooler for. When I did have a cooler, I would double bag them right out there while I'm driving the last 30 minutes to my facility. Not doing 70, 80 miles an hour because that falls off, hits someone's windshield. That's a whole other.
Well, the way they make bags anymore, they're gonna fall apart anyways, especially from the bottom.
Not unless you get them from Washington State. 'Cause Washington State, when you're checking out, you have to.
Oh, here we go with Washington State
No,
again.
it's well, it might even be California. So you just calm down.
I don't
A lot of
claim California.
places, a lot of those places, the plastic bags are no longer free. They're like 3 or 8 cents a piece, and these damn bags are on steroids. They're like, it's like taking our Walmart bags now and like triple them up. They're that thick. So I mean, they're not just going to charge you 8 cents for a bag and not give you something worth a damn. The idea was a lot of people on the West Coast have like those reusable recycled bags they use over and over again. So the whole idea is you bring your own bags and then as you shop, you bag your own groceries. Go. But of course, they're saving all the environment using all these reusable bags. But every
Plastic,
product you buy
plastic,
is in a plastic bag.
Plastic.
Yeah, I remember when they were talking about paper bags were killing the environment. We're going to switch to plastic.
There's only a handful of places left that still use paper bags. Every once in a while, holy crap, paper, plastic, paper.
So either you're
Sell it on
using
eBay.
plastic or you're killing the trees. I mean, pick one.
I think out of all the reusable, recyclable materials that we've used in this country, I could be wrong. It just seems like the paper bag is like number one because it's always brown, some varying shade of brown because it's
Yeah.
recycled pulp material. But
Not only that, paper bags is easier to drink a beer out of than plastic bag is.
oh, liquor stores still use paper bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your 40 in there. Daryl, you know about that, right?
What are you trying to say?
One of these days, I'm going to pull into a liquor store, go in and buy a soda or bottle of water, have them put it in a brown bag, and just walk out, take the lid, toss it, and start drinking. See how long it takes for Albert to give me a call.
Don't trigger your camera. I want to see it.
Wow.
So I see on your logs this week you stopped over at Ace Liquor in Cabot. What's that all about?
Had a delivery.
Yeah. I got a low air warning on my tire. I had to stop and check it out.
Fuck them sensors.
I did that one time. I actually parked on the side of the highway, went over to Ace, and got some stuff and put it in my refrigerator and took it home.
Shame on you.
I know, but
Shame.
it was en route.
Oh, he can say that now.
And now you're in safety.
Yeah, uh-huh.
That was when I was
That
Well,
was
now
really
to be clear, he did not say he was in his big rig.
correct.
Little loophole there.
Correct.
But he didn't say he wasn't either. Actually, if I remember correctly, there was a couple years ago, someone did get in trouble because they did stop at the liquor store on the way home. They're like, you have no reason to be there.
I don't
I know
remember.
you weren't stopping there to get a Coke without the rum.
That wasn't Albert. I know who you're talking about, but
I don't know who it was. I didn't say it
remember.
was.
Because Albert didn't do it, man. I wasn't driving a truck. It was a personal truck.
Yeah.
I pick him up.
Lease purchase does not count.
No, but I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it was
I
a couple
just
years ago. I
can't
don't know who
remember,
it was. I don't know if they just got rode up. It was at the middle yard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone stop like you were mentioning in forever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the only people that I've ever stopped for is whenever I saw one of our trucks, because who cares about everybody else? Yeah. Oh, got to check out, make sure our people are okay. I especially like the ones that actually have radios. You good? All right, cool. I don't have to stop.
Yeah.
Especially if you're heavy, you should, burn up all that fuel, come to a stop, and take it off again on the side of the highway or whatever.
Right.
But
But
yeah.
if they stop, they need to stop going downhill instead of going uphill because it's easier to get rolling downhill.
Another one that just people that don't get over for people that are on the side of the road. I had a roadside inspection in Georgia out on, there's no shoulder. I looked down, gave him a thumbs up, let him know that I see you. I'm just trying to find a better place to pull over without driving 5 miles. I finally found a spot that's like half of the shoulder right before a little creek bridge. I'm like, hey, dude, I drove like 4 miles, trying to find a better place. Oh, you're all right. A little narrow 2-lane highway. Well, it's 4 lanes. There's 2 the other way. But most people were getting over it. But there's a cop with his lights on, and people just like barely missing his mirrors. I'm like, are you...
Shit, that's okay. That's all right. When I was working, before I came here, I was doing some logging, driving a logging truck. And then I was going I was going to Morrilton, actually, and then the Conway, you know how this guy got that turning lane there. No shoulder in Conway.
Right.
And the DOT came behind me. I got his radio asking where he wants me to park. He said, just put it in the middle. He did a DOT check right in the middle.
Oh, he actually has a radio.
All
They
DOT
monitor,
does.
yeah, they do. They monitor radios.
You didn't know they monitor him?
You know how many times I've thrown
Yeah.
dumbasses on the bus and no one responds? Isn't that what Channel 9 is for?
Yeah.
They listen to 19, though.
Yeah, they listen to 19.
Yeah, well, I was always taught, and that's the reason why there's a button on every new radio now for Channel 9 back to 19, is because those are the 2 most common channels, 9 being for emergency use only, and I haven't...
But I know Arkansas DOT monitored 19.
That's good to know, because I'll stop using Channel 9.
How do you think Texas talked to us when they said all 5 of you pull over?
Get on the squawk box. They're PA. Move. Think they'll let me put a PA speaker in my truck? I could use one. Move. Beep. Get out of the way.
As long as it doesn't affect the noise ordinance, and it might.
It won't affect no noise ordinance unless I'm using it in an area where there is a noise ordinance. But
But that's something I mean, I don't think it'd be an issue as long as it doesn't affect the manufacturer warranty.
Wait a minute. The train horns are louder than a PA system, so I mean.
yeah, but the train horns can't say move, B, get out of the way.
No, but it will scare the shit out of somebody.
Nah, this day and age, people ain't afraid of nothing. Case in point, all the people that cut you off and slam on the brakes, they don't care. Hit me. You know what's messed up about the whole people cutting you off, brake checking and everything else? I really think it's just not well, yeah, part of it's them being an asshole, but I think part of it's ignorance. They don't know any better, for the most part. And the reason why I say that, I think I talked to you a little bit about this, was when I was younger, you know, in teens or whatever else, you see a big truck. We're not taught, we're not concerned the fact that it takes him an extra mile and a half, 2 miles to get to the speed limit. We're not concerned that it takes him over a football field to come to a complete stop. And so it's just a really big car. And I don't know if, I mean, unless you were specifically taught, like in like a generational truck driver, your parents would have made sure, like, you don't do this, it's stupid. But I think in general, you're just none the wiser. You're ignorant to it. You don't realize, and no necessarily any fault of your own. It's just you don't have that knowledge at your fingertips to know that this truck is going to take a long time to stop.
And one of the biggest misconceptions out there is the number of brakes on an 18-wheeler. People think because it's an 18-wheeler, they have 18 brakes.
I've heard that excuse.
You've heard that before, correct? You never heard that?
No.
Well,
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, they think there's people out there that think that 18-wheelers have 18 brakes.
Don't get me wrong, our brakes are better than yours, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but
oh, here's the one that kills me. When you're bobtailing, I used to didn't think nothing about it. Okay, bobtailing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know what? You have less control bobtailing than if you have a trailer on.
Mm-hmm. It's funner bobtailing, though. You can do donuts a lot easier. You know how hard it is to get
speaking
that-
of
you know how-
bobtailing
you know-
last Christmas, Daryl, tell us about your event last year.
Oh,
Was it last year?
It was last.
I was in
it
the
was last
Bobo.
winter.
I was in the Bobo.
Then maybe it was 2 years ago. But yeah, tell us about that event.
well, see, now we're all looking at it because we're all curious because we don't know what the heck Albert's talking about.
Okay. We're
Now,
up in,
you're going to have to dig deep and find a story to put him on the spot next time.
okay. Where was that place? It was Leavenworth, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Yep.
Kansas?
Yeah, Leavenworth, Kansas. You know that place
Walmart.
we used to deliver to?
No, the rice place we used to take the food up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember all the details. All I know is I dropped a trailer. I was supposed to get another trailer. They didn't have one. Dispatch wanted me to bobtail somewhere down south to get a trailer.
Harrisonville.
Okay. And I'm in the Bobo. And it's bad ice. I mean, everybody's sliding everywhere. I just happened to be talking to Albert. Albert was somewhere else not far from me, headed towards me or something. I don't remember. He was at a truck stop or something. He had a trailer, though. He was empty and had a trailer. And he said, when I was talking to him at the time, I was already parked and said, I'm not going nowhere. Dispatch wanted me to go get the trailer. I said, no, I'll just wait until the next morning. And that's when even he confirmed, yes, it's that bad out here. The next morning I got up to head out. It was still bad roads, but I took it nice and slow. But yeah, it wasn't too bad squirrely. But yeah, my greatest favorite was doing your little 360 thing.
Yeah, I can see that. Bobtailing, ice.
I was like, what is dispatch's problem in that? I mean, come on, hello.
The
You
way
need a trailer.
Well, I sat in on a couple of the orientations. That one of the drivers was like, "Does dispatch watch the weather, or do they just like not whatever?" And I was like, "Yes."
I don't know. They need
He's
to.
like,
though.
"Okay, I guess they don't do it." I said, well, whether dispatch is watching the weather or whether the broker you're dealing with is watching the weather is irregardless.
Well,
You're
they
the one
got-
behind the wheel.
Dispatcher's got all these screens around them. All the broker boards, the load boards, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Why don't they just stick a dang TV up in the middle of all of them so when they're doing all that, they go, oh, yeah, we're sending this driver here to this. Well, it's going to be bad weather. Okay.
Pre-planning would have covered that.
Huh?
Pre-planning would have covered that. So if you're pre-planning your route, hey, look.
Hey,
it's
wait. I do watch the weather. We got people that don't watch the
Nope,
weather, though.
Don't watch it.
I didn't watch it at all. I mean,
I'll
I
be
don't-
surprised. He
I
goes,
watch it as I'm going down the road.
No, Well, yeah. If I start seeing things start to change, and I'm stopping somewhere to get coffee or whatever else, I'll take a peek. But otherwise, I don't watch the weather.
He
there's-
wants to be a surprise.
It has nothing to do with being a surprise. It's why if you look at it like I'm going into a blizzard, so the entire 800 and 900, 1,000 miles away before you get to the blizzard area, you're gonna be like,
Okay, so where are you going to stop?
Huh?
You didn't
If I
pre-plan it. You didn't pre-plan it. You don't know where the weather's going to be. You get in and it's
if
really
I-
that bad.
if I-
Where
if I don't
are
feel-
your outs?
If I don't feel comfortable to drive, I'll find the nearest safe place to stop.
What if it's so bad that you can't find a safe place?
Then I guess I'm
if you
pulling over in the-
pre-plan it and you know, okay, hell, this stuff is getting deep. Okay, here's my pre-plan. Right here to this truck stop. Oh, I'm driving. What the hell? Where am I going to go now? You might
Okay.
find yourself in the median for all you know.
I don't expect it to change like that.
Really? Have you watched the weather recently? I
Yeah,
mean,
I have. But
We don't go to Wyoming no
but
more.
there-
That's the only
but
place that
there-
changes like
there-
that.
yeah.
I was thinking like
Wisconsin,
that.
Going over, Elk
Wisconsin, up there in Wisconsin, it changes like that. What's the other one? The one next to it.
Just about everywhere out west.
Michigan.
But if you're just the point is, if you're paying attention, there's a lot of other signs that will give you. You know what? I think it feels like it's gonna get squirrely.
It's still nice to pre-plan.
Well, pre-planning and
That's
being
professionalism.
concerned. Well, what do they say about like Chicago or some of the other places that have crazy weather throughout the day? You don't like the weather? Wait 5 minutes. The point is
That's Arkansas.
the weather can change that fast. So if you look, there's gonna be a blizzard in a day and a half where I'm going. Well, it may happen. It's expected to happen, but no.
So now that we're on this topic of winter driving,
I know. What's up? Damn weather has no common courtesy for truck drivers.
what are some of your winter driving tips that you would give to somebody else?
Okay, give us a scenario. We need to know what kind
Stay
of weather we're
home.
doing.
Just
Stay home.
not your tips. I mean, just driving tips, Daryl.
Stay home and drink hot toddies.
No, just in general of driving on snow-covered roads, snow-covered ice.
Four-wheelers and trucks, please give common courtesy and back off and give.
I
road.
always tell people that if you're going to be more of a hazard than the weather conditions themselves,
It's time to
park
park.
your truck.
Well, let's just could say the same to the drivers that are out there on the road. If they see other people doing a bunch of idiot stuff, and you just see, okay, I've already felt a little shimmy once or twice, and all these other idiots are still doing 80 miles an hour. I guess I'll just
Exactly.
go ahead and park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the other idiots. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting there doing your safe zone,
Right.
and you got these idiots that think they're still on dry ground. It's like, really, where'd you come from? Indy 500?
And Sam's like, hold my beer, watch this shit. Aren't you, Sam?
Of course. Make it fun.
You can't have all 4 seasons in a 24-hour period. Well, Arkansas said, hold my beer. And that was like 5 years ago. I remember it snowed, then it rained, then the sun was out, got to 75, then it dropped back down to 28 that night. Like,
And then it's sleeted.
it was nuts.
Yeah.
So,
Whenever I trained, I told all my students, first time you hit snow, drive 50 to 100 miles in it, and then just park. Next time you hit it, drive anywhere from 150 to 250. Never just, it's just snow.
I would rather drive on snow than ice.
Well, I would too.
Snow is
You can
just
drive
not
on snow.
You
They're
can drive on
different-
ice, too. You just can't stop.
You can ice. You can ice skate on ice. But you were you did driver training.
Yeah, for a year and a half.
Wasn't for you, or you weren't for them.
I enjoyed it until I got in trouble for having a vulgar mouth.
Not you.
Yeah, my trucker Tourette's kicked in.
Okay.
So the training you did, is it kind of you have like a co-driver for a few months, show them the ropes out over the road, or you just do like local stuff training?
No, I did over the road.
Oh, I couldn't do it. Have some weird on bunk back.
Yeah, I was actually a
Back to
driver.
sharpening is nice.
I was actually a driver trainer too, and where it got me is not with this
Oh, my
company.
God, there's Daryl clones out there.
Somewhere
Really.
they're looking for you. They're looking for the album.
Okay. The jab back. Okay, I get you. Okay. Good point. No. seriously, it wasn't with this company, but another company I was with out in California. I had a student, and he was, well, we're not going to go there, but I'm not going to even, that's not even worth it. But anyways, we get to Albuquerque. He's driving. We're going down the hill, middle of rush hour traffic.
Hey.
And he's like still full board. I'm like, are you going to stop? He goes, oh yeah, stop. I'm like, apply brake. Okay. I'm like, if you have not applied the brake by the time we hit the Flying J, I'm locking this truck up. Oh, apply brake. Now, I reached, just as I was reaching over to grab that down, he started applying.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. He came within inches of the car at the bottom of the hill.
I feel like I've recently heard a story that is exactly like this.
Okay. Nevertheless, I told him, park this thing. I told him, get out. I drove the rest of the way. I drove mine and his logbook all the way to where we're going, all the way back home.
You're walking home. Get out.
I didn't put him out. I just told him, you're not driving no more. I'm driving both our logs. You know, and I
I've done
did.
that before.
Man.
I got all the way back to California. We got to the trucking company. I told the boss there, I said, I'm going home, and this SOB better not get back on my truck. If he gets whatever, I'm done.
Cut. Done. Yep. No.
That was
No.
the end of that. I've thought about it here because it's been mentioned here, but I don't know
And
if I
they've
could.
floated the idea a couple times around here. Have they
Yeah.
decided on what they want to do as far as that, or
Not yet. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
it takes a certain kind of driver to take someone else in the truck with them too, though.
I'm not going to do it anymore.
No.
Half the people here, we don't want to train.
I'll be a mentor. I'll be a mentor, though. I just don't want no.
I'll tell you that.
Harveys.
I'll be honest. There's half these people on here. I wouldn't drive it with them.
No.
Steering
I
wheel
know.
holders.
I know a few that scare the hell out of me. I'm like,
No.
where'd you come from?
Craziness. Well, I think we're running down the clock here, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any ideas for future episodes, go and leave them in the comment section below. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the little bell icon, join our little notification club.
No.
And that way you get notified of our future videos and podcasts.
Hey Sam, maybe
Yeah,
next time,
two big thumbs up.
maybe next time you be more talkative a little bit.
It's all good. Yeah, so if there's any topics you want us to talk about in the future, or if you have any ideas for stories, be sure to leave in the comment section below. And as always, be safe out on the road, and we'll see you next time. Or if you're listening to this, you'll hear from us next time. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.